Didn't even know they had handicap boat zones. We're legally taking it. Oh, where are we, Captain Steve?
Well, good morning, everybody. We're on Guist Creek outside of Shelbyville, Kentucky. And what we're going to try to do today is, number one, we're going to bluegill fish. I'm going to teach Scott how to use a fly rod. And after we catch a few bluegill, we might try to catch a hybrid striped bass. Then we might try to catch a largemouth bass. And I'm going to show Scott how to use a casting reel with some crankbaits. So stay tuned. It's going to be a fun-filled day. The weather is great. We got bluebird skies. I'll be back to you shortly. He got out of the way. Okay, there's the first bluegill of the day. Pretty good size. We still got the worm, so we'll use it again. And he's going back to find his mommy. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to show you, this is how we thread a worm on the hook. These are red worms. And here in a few minutes, we're going to go out and fish these in some deeper water and see if we can find what you call a bull bluegill, which is a big bluegill. And the key to me for fishing is just to be catching something and spending time with somebody like Scott. So we've had a great day so far. Now, as you can see, this worm has been threaded on the hook. He's going to throw him back out. We're going to catch another fish. We're going to throw it on the bank here around these trees after I swing the boat around. Hold on, let me swing the boat around. First meet Scott. Now, be careful that you don't go up in the trees. And you're pretty deep, so stay out this way a little bit. Okay, there you go. Perfect. The time of year, it's end of June, almost July. Bluegill generally spawn in May and June, so that means they're going to be real close to the bank for their spawning beds. Now they have spawned, so they move out to deeper water. But there's a few stragglers that stay close to the bank, so that's what we're fishing now, for the stragglers. In a few minutes, we're going to go out to deeper water and try to find some bigger fish. Okay, Scott, throw it up in there somewhere. This fish just came up to the water, actually. You're getting the bite. Just wait. Get out. Set the hook. Set the hook. Crank it. Crank it. Crank him.
Oh, no.
He got off. All right. We're gonna
took a worm.
We're gonna reset the hook with another worm. That was probably a pretty good bluegill because it took the whole worm. All he left was an eyeball. So we're gonna thread another worm on the hook, and we're gonna go back to it. Again, the key to this, to me, is just catching a fish every now and then. I just love to be out on the water. Okay, so Scott's going to throw back in, and I almost knocked all the worms over.
You almost need something that can...
It's like two clowns on the lake. Yeah.
I might be getting another one.
Just wait till it goes under, then set the hook. Set it. Set it. Set it. Set the hook. Jerk it.
I think he's on it. Oh, no.
No, he probably got your worm.
Well, the other times I was doing it too early, so...
When that bobber goes down, you set the hook.
I keep pulling it out of their mouth completely, so it's kind of like...
Well, you just gotta, you don't want to jerk it. You just want to pull it. You'll feel it when he takes it down. When he does, you just jerk it a little bit and set the hook. You don't have to do it real hard. So I've probably said that 100 times, but that's the way it is. Crank your hand and see if you can throw it back there in the shade, Scott. Perfect. As I've said many times, and Scott's heard me say it, there are no bad spots. Everywhere you throw that, there's going to be a fish. All right, little wormy, come here. Brett, come out just a little bit where the bobber's standing up, so you're not on the bottom. There you go. Good spot.
Oh, we're gonna bite.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, it ripped off. I got caught.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I did too, but I got off.
It ripped really easy. I barely even pulled on it.
Here, throw this one. Give me that one. Throw that one in there. It's not as deep. All right, here we go again. This is Captain Steve. It's about 10 minutes from the last fish that Scott caught. Now, granted, this is not a whopper, but I can tell you we've been fishing now about 30 minutes maybe, and we've caught more fish than we did on the last 2 trips. So we're having a great day, and it's going to get better. Peace out. I'm going to go into the bushes. Oh,
Jesus.
ow. Can you get the bobber?
Where?
Can you see it?
The lake doesn't want us here.
Let's start all over.
All right.
This is a good spot to fish because it's in the shade. I think so.
All right, what are we doing right now?
All right, this is Captain Steve sitting on the front of the boat. And what we're doing is, as usual, a comedy of errors, trying to re-rig our lines that we got hung in a tree or we got hung on a rock. Then we tried fishing with a couple of fly rods, and that was a disaster. We got all the lines tangled up. So one of the problems Captain Steve has is trying to do too many things at one time. So we're going to settle down. We're going to bluegill fish like we originally intended to do with spinning reels. So I think we're going to have a really good day. We're just getting started. And I'll get back to you here in a few minutes when we have some action. Peace out. Here we go again. This is Captain Steve. Scott just caught his 3rd fish of the day, which, by the way, is pretty good from past experiences. And again, this is a bluegill. That's probably about a 4.5, 5-inch bluegill. And I'm going to show him how to take this bluegill off the hook.
We're getting close to the shore, Captain
Without
Steve.
getting thinned. So Captain Steve has got to turn the boat out away from the bank. My first mate just told me we're about to crash. So if I can
Hold on.
stand here without the rocks. Here we go. We're going. We hit a rock. Now turn it back on. Fire it up faster. There we go.
All right.
The great thing about this trolling motor is the fact that you have a remote instead of a foot pedal. Okay, so now back to the fish. So what we want to do is, first of all, we want to avoid that hook at all costs. We want to grab the fish at the top of his head, come down the fin, and most of the time they pee on you. I don't know if that showed. Did you see it peeing, Scott?
Yeah.
So then you just pull the hook out, and that bluegill can go back in the water to grow to be much bigger. So
Bon voyage.
go back to mama. Okay, now we're going to put another worm on the hook, and Scott's going to catch another fish. Actually, a rock bass. If you probably can't tell, but its mouth is a lot bigger than a bluegill's. A bluegill has a really small mouth. This would be a great fish to put in your home aquarium. They're really a pretty fish. See, it looks like a bass. See its mouth? All right. Go back to mama. Okay, this is Captain Steve. And as you can see, I finally caught a fish, a bluegill about 5 inches long. We're still fishing in shallow water. We're getting ready to change our tactics here in just a minute and go to deeper water. That's a pretty fat bluegill. But in order to keep those to eat, you need one that's about 4 inches longer than that to have enough meat on them. But I can tell you they're really good to eat because they're real sweet. White fillets and sweet. All right, Mr. Bluegill, go back to your mama.
Captain Steve is going back to the bathroom.
Hills Angels, I knew they was coming. All right, everybody, here's a little update. This is Captain Steve. It's about, I think it's about 12:30, 12 o'clock. We pulled into the dock. Excuse me, take care of some business. My throat's. Hold on.
Breathe.
Ragweed. So anyway, here's the story. We pulled into the dock, take care of some business. We've took care of the business.
Yep.
Scott ate lunch. I'm getting ready to eat lunch, and he's going to motor us out to the lake. We're going to try a different tactic. We're going to try some deep water. So we'll crank the camera back up when we get to the spot. Peace out.
What a consummate gentleman.
I swung around on the boat and I knocked the camera in the water. But this is one time I did plan ahead. I bought a stand that floats for the camera. So I grabbed it out of the water and we're good to go. Peace out. All right, this is Captain Steve. It's about the end of the fishing day. It's a little bit after 2. I think we're getting ready to hang it up. So we decided we'd try to catch another bluegill. And guess what? First mate Scott caught a catfish that weighs about probably 2.5 pounds, maybe 3, on a light line, 4-pound test line. Good job, first mate Scott.
I just want to thank my parents and my grandpa and everyone who supported me.
Well, I can tell you, he's pretty thankful. He's pretty thankful for that catfish. And let me tell you one other thing.
Lipton iced tea.
It was a fight. And the other thing is we're both drinking Diet Lipton green iced tea, ice cold, and it is good. That's one of our sponsors. I'm going to get my boat wrapped with Lipton green tea. All right, so this is Captain Steve, over and out. We're going to try one more fish, then we're going to hit the road. Peace out. All right, back to mama. He was singing to me. Well, he smacked it, didn't he? This is Captain Steve, and this is a wrap-up of our fishing trip on Wednesday of this week. Again, we had a pretty good time. Scott caught some bluegills and a catfish. So until the next trip, which will probably be in another week or 2, just remember, stay vertical. You got to keep moving. Peace out.